Hello, 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 everyone. How are you guys doing today? I know today has been wonderful for me. It's just always a good day, right? Um, but how are you doing? I am just so excited to be with you guys yet again for another edition of Wind Down Wednesdays with your girl Jovita. And yes, I am drinking in my glass. I said on Wednesdays we drink red. Whoop, whoop. But anyway, let me go ahead and introduce myself to those who may not know me. I am Jovita, and I help boss women go from feeling frustrated, overwhelmed, and alone to giving herself permission to be free so that she can heal and live a harmonious life. My overall mission is to empower women to live confident, authentic lives unapologetically. So, today is just like one of those days. It's a big day. It's a big day for a lot of people out there in the world today. But today is National Testosterone Day. Like, well, okay, National Testosterone Awareness Day. So if you don't know much about it, I suggest you go look it up. I thought that was funny. I didn't realize, they do have a day for everything, but just imagine today is National Testosterone Day. Oh my gosh, that is funny to me. Also, today is National Unfriend Day. So if you want to take some time to unfriend some people on your social media platforms or just in life in general, today is your day to do it. Just go right ahead, delete, 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 delete them out your phone, delete them out your life, just delete them all together, right? And then I am wearing purple today because today is World Prematurity Day. And these are for all the babies that are in the NICU or all the babies that had come through the NICU. And look how healthy they are now. I know some of them that were NICU babies that were born prematurely and that they are doing well. They are thriving today in society. They're just doing awesome. But my heart goes out to those who are struggling on today and any other day because that's a big thing. So all those premature babies in the NICU, they need love too. Those who came out of the NICU, they always need love, constant love. But just know that God got your back, God has you, and just it's all going to be all right. So I am going to go ahead and jump into tonight's topic. So tonight's topic is how to live a purposeful life, part two. Now, last week we talked in part one about just loving yourself. That's setting the foundation to live a purposeful life, right? Just loving yourself, just knowing, trusting, and believing in who you are and who you're supposed to be, right? That is just the level one foundation of how to live a purposeful life, right? So today I have two things to talk to you about today. Today we're going to talk about affirmations and attitude because I believe they go hand in hand together and they will still help you kind of still walk and live a purposeful life, right? So let's excuse me, let's go ahead and just talk a little bit about affirmation. And you guys can define affirmations if you want to, but affirmations for me just simply means to speak life, to speak highly, to and about yourself, just to keep affirming that you are one of a kind, you are unique, you're not like anyone else, to think positively all the time about who you are, to kind of just say different quotes to yourself about yourself and for yourself to kind of boost your own self-esteem up, make yourself feel good, but also affirm others. Because it's like when you do give off affirmation, and some people live for this stuff, they live for affirmations. So you have to learn how to affirm yourself first and foremost so that you can walk in your purpose. That's the whole goal here, is to live in your purpose. Walk, live a purposeful life. That's what we want you to do. But you have to affirm yourself daily, sometimes hourly if you need to, depending on the situation you're in. You're just going to always have to affirm yourself. Now, people will say, well, Jovita, how do you consistently do that when you're not feeling good? That's when you do it the most. I do remember a time when oh my gosh, I just wasn't feeling my best. And for me, I had to process the emotion, right? But I felt like, okay, I can process the emotion, but I kept affirming myself that when you get out of this, you are going to be on top. You are going to be on top. you're going to be on top. You are the greatest. You are the best. You can overcome anything that you choose to overcome. It's okay for you to go through the emotion, but I didn't think negatively about it. I just kept feeding stuff to myself, affirming myself because I knew that my purpose is bigger than me. I know that. And I knew that then. And I just kept walking towards it. You know, you see that light at the end of the tunnel, just keep walking towards it and keep affirming yourself. I can do it. I can make it. I see the light. I can get there. I am great. I am awesome. I am unique. I am one of a kind. I am beautiful. I am loved. I love me. Just all of those things you should just say to yourself so that, you know, you are just continually to walk in your purpose. So, that's one of the big things as far as another step, right? Into walking, living a purposeful life. Next thing I want to talk about is attitude. Now, this one here, y'all, y'all, y'all. That's all I can say is y'all. Because attitude, and let me define attitude for you, because some people use attitude as a negative connotation, and sometimes it's just not negative. Most of the time it is, but sometimes it's just not negative. It's just attitude to me is how you walk, how you talk, you know, your integrity, your character. A definition of attitude is a settled way of thinking, right? You just have this attitude about this. But it could be your personality, your character, just how you just present yourself when you walk into a room, the vibes you giving off, that energy can be your attitude. If you're giving off negative vibes, they're like, don't want to fool with you because you just like, nope, 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 not. You're not, I'm not feeling you. Your energy is off. You're negative. I can't deal with you. Or you always copping out like, ugh, having just a distinct face with everybody, or you jumping down somebody's throat. Although they may not know the underlying cause of what's causing your attitude, that doesn't mean that you're always a person with attitude and you're always catching an attitude. However, we have to be mindful of the way we talk to people because our tone carries a lot. That goes back to the affirmation, right? You speak life into situations. So when your attitude is not good, you're not going to speak life into anything. So you have to learn to check your attitude all the time because sometimes how you're feeling inside comes out on the outside, and you're not meaning for that to happen. You're not meaning to snap at anybody. You're not meaning to do any of that. I know for me, growing up, all I heard was you got an attitude. You got an attitude. You always got an attitude. Even to this day, I still hear, why are you catching an attitude? And most of the times, I promise you guys, I'm not. But people have put in their heads that if you say, okay, that, oh, now you got an attitude. No, that's not necessarily true. That just means, okay, I'm just done with it. Or, okay, I agree, but it's just okay. Do not read too much into the okay. And I know sometimes I can be like, okay, yeah, I have attitude then, but sometimes it's like, okay. But to people, they think that's an attitude. And I promise you, that irks the heck out of me because they keep saying, well, you have attitude, you have attitude. And I'm like, I don't have an attitude. I don't have an attitude. If you keep going at it, I'm going to start having an attitude. And then you're really going to say I have an attitude. So we have to be mindful of that. But to walk and to continue to live a purposeful life, we have to keep our attitudes in check. We have to be mindful of how we're coming off to others. And sometimes I don't know that I'm coming off a certain way until someone mentions it to me. So, but you have to be mindful of how you're coming off because you want to walk like this straight and narrow, which really ain't straight and narrow because it got some curves and turns and all of that. But you want to walk in your purpose. You want to continue to live a purposeful life. And in order to do that, you have to get your attitude in check. You have to kind of speak positive, right? You got to get away from this settled way of thinking. You have to think positively about yourself. You have to speak positively to yourself. You just have to do a lot of those things to keep your attitude in check because that is important. It is important for you to live a purposeful life. That is like one of the next steps, a major thing. Next to loving yourself, attitude and affirming yourself. Those are two ingredients to actually help you live a purposeful life. That is kind of just your character, your integrity, just how you do things. You just want to do that because you want to live in this purpose. You want to walk in this purpose. You want to live the life that is destined for you to live. And in order to do that, you have to Love yourself. Part one. Go back and listen to part one. Catch it on YouTube. Or you can, not or, catch it on YouTube. I just lost my thought, you guys. I just lost. Let me take a drink to that because I lost my thought. Hold on. Okay, what I was saying was, but in order to continue to live a purposeful life, you got to one, love yourself. Two, you have to check your attitude. Check your attitude. Keep that attitude in check all the time. Even when you're not feeling your best, keep your attitude in check. Not that you have to be fake with anyone or anything like that. If you're having a bad day, say you're having a bad day, and then people will understand and hopefully just stay away from you, because like normally if you're having a bad day, you kind of got a little attitude, right? You kind of got to settle with thinking today is not the day. I'm not going to do this with you today. I'm telling you, I'm warning you. But when you're having a good day, a good attitude, you're just all chipper. Hey, how you doing? How's life treating you? You know, all that good stuff. But to walk in this purpose, you have to check your attitude. Your attitude is like a major component of who you are and how people perceive you. So here are some tips that I jotted down to help you kind of live a purposeful life. One, speak positively about yourself. Speak positively to yourself. Speak positively about others and to others. If you keep a positive attitude, then things are going to like really go on the up and up. Like you're going to change the way you feel about things. Things are going to start happening differently to you because you're giving off a different type of energy. That's why I said affirmation and attitude go hand in hand, right? The next tip I have for you is to see the good. See the good in everything. See the good in everyone. There are people are going to make mistakes. That's just life. People will make mistakes. There have been a number of people in my life that has made a number of mistakes, and I choose to see the good. Now, there are some people who have made a number of mistakes, and I choose to love them from a distance because they no longer mean me well, but I don't see nothing bad with them. I just see them as somebody who needs to continue, who's not ready to walk down this road with me. And it's okay. I don't feel bad about it. I don't at all. But you have to have that positive attitude, positive mindset in order to move forward like that. So continue, see the good in others, see the good in the situation. Try to be the voice of reason, which I'm kind of known for that, right? But kind of be the voice of reason when it comes to keeping your attitude in check and just dealing with others in situations, especially the others, dealing with yourself. That's an important part because if you don't get yourself right, you ain't going to be right for nobody else. And the last tip I have for you, as far as to live a purposeful life, is to consistently affirm yourself daily. And I think that's important because if we don't affirm ourselves, if we don't build ourselves up, we're not going to be able to stay focused and walk and live a purposeful life. And if you want to learn to live a purposeful life, then these are some of the things you're going to have to do. You're going to have some of the tough conversations. You're going to have like let some people and things go. You're going to have to do some hard things, hard and challenging things, so that you can heal from those things, so that you can continue to walk in your purpose. Because remember what I said in the beginning, your purpose, well, my purpose is bigger than me. And once you start thinking that way, then you'll start changing your attitude. You'll start affirming yourself, not continue, because some of you aren't affirming yourself at all. So in all, just remember that your attitude determines your altitude. And that just simply means your attitude will determine how far in life you will go. And if you want to go far, like the sky is the limit, then I think you need to just check your attitude on the regular. All right. So that's all I have for you guys tonight for Wind Down Wednesdays. Tune in next week for part 3. And I know it's Thanksgiving, the night before Thanksgiving, but I will be on and we will chat it up about part 3. I'm not going to tell you what part 3 is. You have to tune in so you can hear what part 3 is going to be about. I think you're going to love it. I love it already. But if you also need some clarity, you need help, you need to get focused, you need to kind of plan out the rest of your life, your business, the school, whatever it is, the goals you have set. You need to, if you need any help with any of those things, please do not hesitate to give me to schedule an appointment with me. Schedule an appointment with me at www.chatwithjovita.info. I will be glad to sit down and chat with you, and let's see how we can work some things out, and see what happens from there, right? But I am rooting for you. I am your personal cheerleader. Go you, because you can do it. You can walk in your purpose. You are learning the tips on how to live a purposeful life. This is just tip 2. All right, see you next week for tip number 3 on Wind Down Wednesdays with Jovita. Bye.